Oh, look. It's everyone's favorite screwball. Alright, so this is now an open and public declaration to the St. Joseph's Health Partners, and specifically the Dr. Lau, who did operate outside the confines of the law. And it would appear, of course, that this was in cooperation with Toronto Police Service. You see, for whatever reason, the government of Ontario feels it is allowed to force people to submit to random blood tests. So that is, of course, a violation of my human rights, and of course, a violation of ethics as well. You see, it doesn't matter who orders you to conduct a drug test on someone. If that person is withholding their consent for said testing, and then you feel that you are somehow enabled to drug the person into a state of unconsciousness to then extract their blood, well, ladies and gentlemen of the court of public opinion, that is a human rights violation. You took my blood without my consent, and that is laying squarely upon the shoulders of the board of directors of St. Joseph's Hospital. Explain your doctors' and nurses' actions immediately. Now, my leg is covered in bruises due to the illegal nature of the testing taking place upon me against my free will. So if anybody has any questions about the state of sanity as in regards to myself as a person, I would like to point out a few things. First of all, my telephone number is publicly available for anyone who actually knows me and would like to give me a telephone call to see how I'm doing. For Toronto Police Service to be taking any calls in regards to my person, my case, in regards to Brian's Law, which is hereby declared defunct and clearly ineffective, as there are zero checks and balances to check and convey for misuse of the police service and false arrest, which again did take place. Now let me just take a look at these notes here on the 24th of March of this year. And of course my telephone number is well known and can in regards to the health card file, for anyone who needs to dig into this information further in order to get to the bottom of the accusation that I'm making against Dr. Lau, his nursing staff, and the St. Joseph's Partners Board of Directors for that hospital. Of course, you can always reference HC-754-093-6361-TV, which I guess is an invalid Ontario health card number, as I reject any health services in this province due to its corrupt nature. So to surmise to a general layperson who might not understand exactly what all of that was about, well, I'm a stand-up comedian that is also claiming to have a quantum mechanics discovery, proving, of course, the existence of something that is termed in physics currently as the awesome G theory. Now, for anyone unsure of what awesome G is, it is exactly what it sounds like, and that is, of course, the physics equivalent to the square root of -1 proof. Now, of course, there was a lot of other proofs that had to be disclosed as part of the awesome G physics discovery, and some of those hinge in the financial world. So, of course, I will just make once again well known that awesome G is a physics proof first, and that is proven. So you are now hereby, if you wish to participate with said physics experiment, to note the date and time as the beginning of a new era. Now, the pi currency was, of course, a theoretical measure in which to communicate some of these physics discoveries to world leaders. And the bottom line of that proof, which uses, of course, some financial understandings as well as a new economic model, which is, of course, a new currency, pi. And how does one define what the pi currency is? Well, it is an end of illegal torture, which is, of course, currently in progress still at facilities like St. Joseph's, CAMH, and mental hospitals all around the world. So to any world leader who is debating amongst themselves whether or not they should be ending torture facilities for queer persons, just keep in mind that pi is a theoretical concept that would fix the financial bullshit going on in the world that is currently impeding world peace. And now I guess, way that we could define this is that one pi is worth one human life. And of course, pi has been last clocked at a value of $5,000 Canadian. And here's the kicker to our friends in America. Sorry I had to promote this beautiful artist in such a way. But the life, of course, or at least what it's valued at in America, is 75 cents. So the American form of currency is technically no longer valid, in my opinion. And I'm happy to be receiving checks in Canadian dollars. Of course, that is a legal fiction and a stage name. My real name is a matter of public record and should no longer be classified. For people who want to continue to attempt to impede my disclosures of this information, good luck. The only thing that will stop me from talking about how to make the world better is a bullet in the head. And so I freely challenge any dirty fucker to do what they will. And of course, would also like to inform dirty lawyers and doctors that under the Nuremberg precedents, which obviously came out at the end of the Second World War, if convicted of human rights violations, serving in the capacity of being a doctor or a lawyer, you are hereby officially sentenced to death in both secret and public courts. May God rest your souls, and may peace come to the earth finally, that we have solved the problems and identified who it is exactly trying to stop the world from coming to peace. Now, of course, the most beautiful news of all is that the time bomb was officially shut down at 9:28 a.m. this morning, with literally 7 seconds left on the doomsday clock. And how do we know this? Well, to suffice it to say, my girlfriend did not end up getting pregnant, and I'm going to theoretically claim that that was because her and I were able to explain to our theoretical little girl that this is not a good time to be born on this planet. And frankly, to all children debating whether or not it is a good time to be born upon the earth, I'm going to strongly advise against being born on the earth until, of course, these public executions of satanic ritualistic child abusers are made known and are in the public sphere. And then, of course, we can usher in the pi currency in order to protect world peace, and the Solari Index for women and children, of course. Any real man that wants to end my life, well, you know where I live, you know how to do it. I can't really stop anyone from doing anything that they want to do. all I can do is argue in favor of rationality, good governance, and world peace. And of course, what I'm still claiming is the Canadian Republic. I believe that every Canadian has the right to declare themselves a sovereign citizen, and in the interest of protecting this newly growing idea that free men in the land like Rob Menard have carried the torch for very long in order to do. I hereby declare Canada to be a republic by striking down the British North America Act, also known as the BNA Act. And of course, I'm sure, given the right intelligence and information, the world of Canadians in general would come behind these types of disclosures. Thank you very much. My name again has been Thomas Christian Zog, and in the interests of world peace, I have suggested that the United Nations have my father publicly put to death. And obviously that does mean that he would have his day in court, because I think everyone is entitled to their day in court. And that is, of course, the problem with the Mental Health Act currently, is that this country is able to sentence people to fates worse than death without the oversight of the justice, of the peace, or the justice system in general. So to dirty lawyers, dirty cops, and dirty doctors, you're fucked. So confess now or enjoy your legacy, including your public execution being put on display to the world. Now that is, of course, all theoretical, provided, of course, that people at the United Nations still see the merit in having criminals put to death under the law. Bye for now.